Hey everyone, Ryzen here.
And Liz.
Welcome to the preview video for the Patriots at the Detroit Lions. Start with the injury list. Jacob Hollister's out.
Injured himself in practice.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, the Patriots, I believe they're still the only team that does padded practices on Friday, so they get more injuries because of that for Friday practices. There might be another team now. I think Jacksonville does it now too. I think they do padded practices too on Fridays. Most teams do not. Patrick Chung, Trey Flowers have their concussion. I don't think they'll play. Marcus Cannon's supposed to play, supposedly. He's got a calf injury. He's questionable. Crossan and Josh Gordon have hamstring injuries. Don't know if they'll play. Nate Ebner has a hip injury. I don't know. Eric Rowe has a groin injury. I hope he doesn't play because I hate that guy. I think he's the worst cornerback in the NFL. He's really bad. Maybe not the worst, but he's, for a number 2 corner, guy that's supposed to be a number 2 corner, he's really bad. Josh Gordon was recently acquired off of injury waivers, I believe.
I think they traded for him because they got a conditional 5th round pick for him.
Okay, yeah, they traded for him. Okay. He just passed injury waivers, I believe, for his trade. But, I don't know. Josh Gordon is a weird dude. It was that year he had 1,700 receiving yards. He looked like a beast, and then he just fell off a cliff. I mean, I don't know. He's a really fast receiver. If he plays to that level, then
good.
So much the better. But I don't know. He's the most inconsistent receiver I've ever seen. So I don't know.
We'll find out.
He'll play, but hopefully he'll be really, really good and not suffer the Brown curse.
We'll see.
The Browns have a habit of picking guys in the first round that end up either looking really good early on and then just collapsing, or they just never look good at all.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Baker Mayfield after their win.
Yeah. Detroit Lions. Andrew Donnell, offensive lineman, is out with a knee injury. Ezekiel Ansah has a shoulder injury. These people are questionable. Eli Harold with a hip. Marvin Jones Jr. with an ankle. TJ Lang with a back. Michael Roberts with a knee injury, tight end. And cornerback Darius Slay has a concussion. So, I don't know. The only guy listed as out is Andrew Donnell. But anyway, as for the game, the Lions are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. They're really, really bad. About the only 2 teams I would say are worse right now are Buffalo. Buffalo looks like the worst team in football.
Yeah.
And Arizona's also pretty bad. The Cardinals.
Which means unless Buffalo trades for a quarterback or signs a quarterback, we get to beat up on them twice this year.
They got nobody. Stafford's numbers actually aren't terrible, but he's turned the ball over with 4 picks already, and Matt Castle has an interception too somehow, so they have 5 interceptions already, which is really bad in 2 games.
What does Roethlisberger have? 4 or 5?
A lot. He threw 5 to the Browns alone. But, yeah, it seems to be the problem is that the Lions can't score, and they turn the ball over a lot. They
Not a good combination.
They don't have a lot of rushing yards, so they can't really rely on that. Johnson actually has a decent yards per carry, but he's only gotten 13 attempts so far, which is bizarre for a guy that's got a 4.6 average. But Blunt's been downright awful. So 2.9 yards per carry is just terrible.
Yep.
And they give up a lot of rushing yards. They actually don't give up as many passing yards as rushing yards. So I'm guessing the Patriots will rely a lot on their run game in this game. Seems to be a big weakness on the Lions, their run defense. And since the Lions can't run that well, apparently, that's good because Patriots have no run defense, so
we'll see.
We'll see with that. I don't know. Lions do have quite a bit of sacks, so that's troubling after that performance last week. But that was against Jacksonville. But still, I mean, the Lions have, I believe, 6 sacks already, which is not terrible. It's pretty good. 3 from Devin Kennard, so hopefully they'll be able to block him. Hoping the line plays better. That'll be helpful if Marcus Cannon plays.
Yes, it would.
I don't know. I mean, the Patriots just don't have a lot of receiving options right now outside of Gronkowski. He was on the injury list, but he's off now. He just tweaked his ankle. Not a big deal. I'll see how Josh Gordon plays. But I would expect this to be a run-heavy game. And at least in theory, the Lions should be blown away.
In theory. But it seems like when the Patriots play teams that should be blown awayable,
they usually blown away.
We'll see. But sometimes
they're not the. That only happens with the Jets typically.
I guess.
With Pittsburgh, they usually do play down to the level. The Patriots usually do not, unless it's the Jets for some bizarre reason. But I mean, occasionally weird things happen, like that Tennessee game in the playoffs when it looked like Tennessee was actually going to be really good in that game for like a quarter.
Yeah.
So weird things can happen. So
it would be nice if they got a win this week.
They really need to win this game. If they don't win this game, they're in a lot of trouble.
Because right now, even though it's only week 3, the Dolphins are actually in first place.
Yeah, they're in first.
But they play the Dolphins next week, so it's like.
Which is why you got to win this game tonight.
Yeah.
Because it'll be for first place for right now, but not really matters.
No.
It's pretty early, but this is one of those gimme games in theory. So
it could go either way.
If you don't win this game, well, no, it's a gimme. The Patriots should win this game easily.
Right, but again, sometimes those gimme games turn into disasters too.
Yeah, but not usually for New England. But I mean, if they don't win the game, they're definitely in a lot of trouble.
They'll be 1-2.
They'll be 1-2, and they'll be. The schedule only gets harder from here because this is your easiest game.
Yeah. Luckily this year they don't have that crazy 5-game travel series like they did last year or a couple of years ago.
I know.
But they have a lot of night games this year. They have 5 primetime games, which is a lot for a season.
That's why Pittsburgh's in a lot of trouble is because
they have a hard schedule.
They're already 0-1-1, and their schedule is quite difficult. And they've already lost to 2 games they should have won.
Right.
So, I don't know. But picking a score in this game, I think the Patriots should be able to blow them away, but I don't know how many points they'll be able to score with that offense without Edelman there.
What do you say, like 21 to...
I'm going to give them 24 to...
3?
13, I'll give Detroit 13. They're not good, but...
Can they kick? Are their kickers having problems?
No, they usually get a solid kicking game.
They're all right in that realm, unlike everyone else in the NFL?
They're not Minnesota, Liz. But I'd be interested to see if the Lions actually use Johnson more in this game, because that yards per carry is pretty good. But
I mean, we can't stop the run that well.
No, we can't. So if I'm Detroit, I would run Johnson a lot in this game. But who knows? It's the Lions. They also have a pretty terrible coach too. So that's my prediction. I'm going to go 24-13. I think Brady has a pretty good game.
Yep.
And I just don't see Detroit keeping up, or I think they turn the ball over 2-3 times again. They're a bad team.
We shall see.
We shall see. Yeah, I feel bad for Matthew Stafford because he's a decent quarterback, just never much to work with.
Yep, he falls into that category.
Nor does he usually doesn't have a defense to help him out either.
He's just like what's his face right now for the Seahawks.
Russell Wilson.
Got no weapons.
Russell Wilson has no offensive line.
No O-line and no receivers.
Detroit's O-line is actually okay. It's better than Seattle's, but I could probably find like 6 guys on the street and have a better O-line than Seattle. But I don't know. Are you going to give a score prediction or not?
I was going to say 24-3.
Okay.
Just for ha-has.
All right. Well, recap the game after it's over, and I'll do a halftime stream like usual. All right. It's Ryzen.
And Liz.
Thanks for watching. Take care.